Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good morning. Next I have is the approval of today's agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is approval of last week's minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from last week's meeting.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now I have is approval of claims for payment.
I will make a motion to approve this week's claims for payment.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now I have is a change of status in the Sheriff's Office.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for Summer Lawrence. She is a correctional officer. She is resigning effective December 13th, 2017.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 7 is discussion of Twister Finisher Farm site. BJ?
Yeah, I asked for this to be put on the agenda today. And so as my grandpa, John Yannis, my grandma, Dorothy Yannis, often said, if you have nothing good to say, don't say it at all. And so this asshat has something to say today. As I explained at last week's meeting, we all explained that today our county assessor, Don Nell, will be meeting with the folks from the DNR on the site. So, and I asked that Mr. Havens be invited to go along. I'm not sure if that's happening. Are you attending today, Bob?
Actually, Don asked me to give Cindy
Garza?
a call.
Okay.
And we had a conversation that lasted almost an hour.
Okay.
It was a super conversation. It was a very good conversation. She normally doesn't go to the Iowa Administrative Code. She normally has her little sheet that she goes by. And so she pulled up the Iowa Code. And I don't want to represent what she said at all. But when it came to the word prior or after in the Iowa Code, she did explain to me that if the county was uncomfortable with that the distance rules were in accordance with the code, she explained the procedures that went through, that the county would attach that to the application, and then I believe Kelly Book, the attorney for the DNR, would look at the paperwork and see that if the Iowa Code went with the rules that they follow. I guess there's rules and there's code and there's law. And then if she thought that the rules needed to be changed, then she would change the rules according to the Iowa Code if she felt that was true. And then she went on to explain that there was another level where it would be taken to the Environmental Council to have them make a determination if the rules and the law were coincide.
Okay.
And so I had notes prepared for the meeting prior to my discussion with Cindy, and again, I don't want to represent anything she said, okay? Because I really can't do that, because her and I were the only ones there. But so I had notes prepared before that. We went over what grandfather clause was, okay, and when it applied, when it didn't apply. We also went over as another subject, it was item 9 on the master matrix, what the purpose of item 9 on the master matrix was, what the intent of item 9 was. And so I have my notes. These are my notes. They're not from the
Right.
meeting, but they're preliminary, and I'd like to give them to you.
Sounds good. So, and then after last week's meeting, I'm glad to have been able to hear from people that express the historical significance and economic development significance of the Jubers home, being from the movie Twister. I lived in the area and got to interact with many of the people from the film crew to Helen Hunt to Bill Paxton. And so it means something to me as well. So I look forward to the economic development opportunities that it can bring to the county. You know, the tourism and being able to increase the traffic down the road instead of, you know, farm equipment. Maybe it's passerbys that would be more than happy to come by, take a picture, look at the place, and then fill up their car with gas or buy lunch in Eldora, or explore other economic development incentives in the county. So, and the last thing, hold on one second, I'm in the middle.
Always have.
Okay. Lastly, I appreciate the dialogue and that dialogue that I had with former Supervisor Jim Johnson, his wisdom and support of the fact that this is truly an issue of getting people in Des Moines to do their job. Open up the discussions. Get everybody to the table. It doesn't have to be a hateful name-calling, false presumptions, you know, social media hate campaign. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be that, Amy or Julie. It doesn't.
It's okay when you do it, though.
So,
Go ahead. Please
So-
move forward.
I appreciated the dialogue last week. Today, there is no vote today. It was just a matter of discussing the fact that it was good to see people discuss things last week. I'm glad. But the false presumptions that somebody's going to pull over a vote today, I think we did a very good job last week of saying the DNR has not met with Don yet. I believe that was exactly what was said last week.
2 o'clock today, right, Don?
Yep, do the second.
So instead of, you know, jumping to a conclusion that something malice or mischievous was going to occur today, let's work towards a true solution. That's all I have to say. I give my spot on the floor back to the chair.
Julie, you have a question?
Because that agenda says discussion, and because we knew that, going out there wasn't gonna happen to 2 o'clock, no one assumed that there was going to be a vote, and I'm not sure where you get your information or why you call me out, but I know how meetings go, and I know that discussion means discussion. It does not mean a vote, so just want to make that clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'd like to offer my, if you're going to meet with the DNR this afternoon, I don't think it's appropriate that, even according to the Iowa code, it's appropriate that I would go on site. But I would like to offer my time, if there's any explanations of the documents that I handed you. And Don has a copy of it too. So if any of the DNR folks would like to sit down and talk this afternoon, I'd certainly like to explain how I see it.
Yep.
So
I do appreciate your information, Bob.
Absolutely.
It's always factual and not one-sided, so
you know,
I do appreciate it.
If I'm wrong on any of this stuff, I'm not upset because I think that I learned something. In fact, I learn more things when I'm wrong than when I'm right, or when I think I'm right. So any discussion is a win for me. no matter which way it goes.
Okay.
Donna, you had a statement.
In response to what you had said, I would like you guys to know, traffic out there has never really stopped. There are times when they come out in carloads of 3 and 4. There are times when it has been so often in a week, we actually had to put a no trespassing sign out there so they would quit coming up the driveway, wandering around the yard while we were trying to work on the property. So far as people coming out to see it, it has never stopped. They even go by in the winter. And the only time it really upset me was the time when a woman emptied her cat's litter box in our driveway. But it's never stopped. It's always happened. I
Thank
just
you.
wanted you guys to know that. Whether or not they stop in town for lunch or coffee or gas, I have no idea. I have no control. But there is definitely regular traffic out there.
Thank you.
I got one more.
Bob?
Just let people know, because some of them had said that, you know, they wanted us to have tours through there. Well, first of all, when we moved there, if you looked at the place, it had a lot of work to be done. There's only 2 of us doing it. It's not like you can do it right away. And I've also explained to some of these people why we don't have a tour is, first of all, I was not here when the movie was made. I know nothing about the movie other than I watched it, thought it was pretty cool, liked the house. Not knowing when we bought it that was it till we got here, then I really found out.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's really not a lot to see other than from the road. You know, the other stuff is gone, the barn had rotted away. But I've never refused anybody to say something or take a picture or ask a question or anything like that.
Unless they were wandering around the
Yeah,
yard.
except one individual was out wandering around my yard and I asked him what he was doing. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were here." No, that doesn't make any difference. It's ridiculous. Them I would discourage, but we have never refused somebody from looking at or taking a picture.
Especially if they were willing to listen to the rest of the history of the house.
Any other discussion? Denny?
Just want to reiterate about the economic with the Twister House, is that whenever I have guests from out of state or, you know, that's one of the places we're always interested in going to visit and have gone out there. And sometimes I've been out there, did I bring my sister out there?
No, I don't. not
But
up
anyway,
to
I
the
brought
house.
family out there and it's always a neat place to go to.
Any other discussion? Hearing no more, I will move to item number 8, which is accept the initial union proposal from PPME Local 2003.
Okay, my name is Mark Mann. I'm the business representative with PPME Local 2003 that will be servicing and negotiating for the union, your secondary roads employees. This cycle, I have our initial proposals. Who would like to receive that?
I'll receive.
Pass that over, please. What I've done is I will just summarize. Our initial proposal is the current contract, okay, that's still in effect, in its entirety. With these changes, and I'll just go through item 1, which would be Article 18. We're proposing a 1-year agreement, which of course, you know, through this process, we're open, you know, to multi-year, of course. Item 2, which would be the wage rate, where our initial proposal is a 4% across the board, or 84 cents an hour, depending on how we end up with that, whether it's a percentage or cents on the dollar. And then there's an item 3, which is under other. It was brought to my attention, this is prior to me servicing this contract, that there was discrepancy or oversight made a couple of contracts ago. I don't have the exact year of that contract, but I believe it was told that it was 2 cycles ago. And we would like to revisit that and look at correcting this oversight. So that's another item that we're looking at now. You know, understandable that this is an initial proposal and there has been some changes in the law. I am also bringing a message from the folks covered by the collective bargaining agreement that at the end of this process, we are committed to maintaining as complete a contract as the new law will allow through this process. So they wanted me to bring that message also to the board. Other than that, is there any questions? We have a second date, public date, and probably go into closed session and bargaining that I've worked out with Paul. So we're pretty much set on that part of it. Was there any questions pertaining to this part?
I don't have any.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
I also have, I'm gonna just, this is a copy of the opener letter and request that was sent out. If you can forward that. I made it on the backside to certify who received one of the clerks here. That's a request of information. If you could just forward that to the proper person that can take care of that and have them forward that to me. So I just brought that along. And I guess that's all I have.
All
That's
right.
Mike.
Thank you.
Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, from here, we need to acknowledge the receipt of the initial union proposal.
I'll make a motion to accept the initial union proposal from PPME Local 2003.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to accept the initial union proposal. The initial union proposal. Any discussion? We're not approving it yet, so.
Nope.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 9 is utility permits.
None.
What do you got for roads?
They've been out cutting brush still no snow. We were gonna have get started on a road vacation day, but we found a mistake in the survey. Did Jody stop by today, Lori? With the new one? Okay,
Yesterday.
okay. So he should be giving a new plat to Lori, and then hopefully we can start moving on next week. This is for the
RP.
Ronnie Mullins, yep, RP, yep, up by Cleves.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anything else for us?
That's it.
All right. Any other business? Julie?
I do have a document I'd like to present to the Board of Supervisors. This is a open records request. There's yours. And thank you. One will be delivered to the Hardin County Attorney immediately following this meeting. Do you need to have a copy of this?
No, but I would suggest that Micah would have one. She's our IT director.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Any other business? Hearing none, I can ask for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We're adjourned.